This is Maury of Yasharal. Here's the question. Are babies your teachers? Here's your answer. Yes. You're listening to them. Some of you are regurgitating what they're saying. These babies are supposed to be drinking milk. As newborn babes desire the sincere milk of the word, that you may grow thereby. And they went straight to the meat. Did you know that there's a process in growth? Yes, there is. First milk, then meat. When you educate yourself, first kindergarten, preschool, first grade, second grade, all the way to 12, then you go to college to get your PhD. Your teachers on the internet have bypassed all of that. They went, but they were not sent. Let me give you a warning. You are forbidden to teach. A novice is not to teach lest he falls into a trap and a snare of the devil. How does he do that? Regurgitating Gentile doctrines. You see, the law is precise. It's clear. There's a law of the luminaries. It's precise. It is clear. You can't teach either one of them. If you do, you're going to fall into that trap, the snare of the devil, and in that day, you shall be ashamed, because you did not check, try, and prove all things. There is rules of engagement, and I bet you don't know them. Let me give them to you. Study to show yourself approved before Yahuwah, who has to approve you, give you the passing grade, give you that diploma before you go out to teach. A workman that need not be ashamed. If you move ahead of yourself, you're going to be ashamed because you're going to find yourself in a lie. And what will you do? You'll double down on it? A baby cannot correct himself. He will keep the same doctrines going on and on and on, even if it's been proven right in front of his face. You have to go line by line, precept by precept, here a little, there a little. That's an exhaustive process. It takes many, many years before you can go out there and teach them. Out of the mouth of 2 and 3 witnesses shall every word be established. They don't even have a witness for the lies that they're regurgitating, but they go with it anyway. Here's the last one. The new is in the old contained. The old is in the new explained. You have to line both of them up in order to come to the proper understanding. Look at the white one and the yellow one. What are they out there teaching? Got grafted in. Grafted into what? You were grafted into someone else's bloodline? You were grafted into someone else's family tree? You were grafted into someone else's contract, their covenant? Do you know what it's called? Colonization of the covenant. Colonization of the bloodline. Colonization of the Bible. You're going to be wiped out anyway. So we're not worried about you. But for the one in the middle, the one who claims Yasharal, well, you are not to teach. You cannot teach the laws of the luminaries. You cannot teach the laws of Torah. You have to have at least 30 years experience before you can get out there and begin to teach. Yahushua HaMashiach is your example. I'm your example. 30 years of learning must be under your cap. Do you know what the babies say to that? Well, I don't need a teacher. That's how you know you're listening to an infant, the pamper crew. I don't need a teacher. Why don't they need a teacher? Because I got the Ruah. The Ruah will teach me. It will lead me and guide me to righteousness. It's obvious you don't have the Ruah, because the Ruah would lead you to a teacher. All of the books that are in this Bible, there's a teacher there. When you come to the New Testament, Shaul told you, Yahuwah has given you some apostles, some pastors, some teachers to do what? For the edifying of the Kedushayam, the assembly, the called out ones, the children of Yasharal. And yet you're going against Scripture. Then you're teaching people that they don't need a teacher. How crazy is that? How weird is that? Only a baby, a novice, would do that. Now come out of this. There can only be one teacher. Every time the Father sends a prophet, he only sends one. Why doesn't he send 2 or 3? Because there would be confusion. Don't you see how much confusion it is out there on the internet today? Because you got babies teaching in Pampers. They got poopy in their pamper, peeing all over the place. Goo, goo, ga, ga, regurgitating the doctrines of the Gentiles. Stop it. The most dangerous thing that you can do is to be a teacher. You teach the people wrong. You teach outside of the law. You shall surely die. Educate yourself first. Be approved by Yahuwah first. Be under a teacher and learn everything that you can learn before you get out there and make mistakes that would lead yourself to death and everyone who is listening to you to death. Shalom.